gonna need a bigger storeroom for all these orders. Let me guess. Gun keeps jamming, armor don't quite fit snug as you like? State your division and I'll get you outfitted, quick and proper, or your next provision's free. If you're not with a specific division, I'm supposed to take down a name before offering my wares. I'll just make it up for expediency's sake. As Chief Replenishment Officer, it's my privileged duty to furnish our brave troops with all of their wartime essentials. You could say I put the ration in liberation. Tell me what you need, and I'll do my ample best to supply you. Those hoople heads. First they botched their work up here, now the Grove. If there were medals for incompetence, well, I thank you for helping them out. Sorry you had to go out of your way. What do you need this time? Good eye. Though I'd say they're better than nice. Got more armor than a Hammerclaw, but better flight handling than the old clunkers we used to stock. If things had turned out differently, it might be someone else standing here. While I'd be off piloting one of those beauties. Don't have the aptitude for flight, apparently. But this role suits me fine. I like the upward mobility, in the metaphorical business sense, I mean. I heard you got the bug, huh? Huh. All right. She's a beauty up close, ain't she? More cylinders than you can count powering her engines. And over there, you see, the fuselage has been modified to endure the pressure of repeated entries, which is... but listen to me, Black. Tell me what you need, and I'll do my ample best to supply you.
Take whatever business you're running elsewhere.
Marginal improvements, still improvement, I suppose. Trainee Lindell, be so kind as to remind us all.
Guns are weapons, not tools.
And do we aim weapons at colleagues? are at our own unprotected upper stories, even in jest. Hint, we do not. The soldiers before you are former protectorate subjects, mainly of the farming variety. No knowledge. They're accustomed to being told what to do, when to do it, and even how to think. A lifetime of habitual servitude is not broken in a day. I'm not one to idle in the path of a good faith effort to accelerate education. There's just one problem. I don't know you. So, respectfully, I must ask, what do you feel qualifies you to give instruction to my recruits?
What? Oh, sure thing. The commander here is an experienced Deadeye and a natural leader. If you're looking for someone to deposit a few pearls of wisdom, I guarantee you'll not find better.
Much as I'm inclined to trust the word of your compatriot, I still expect you to advocate for yourself. You're the one who wishes to speak with my recruits, after all, not him. A teacher must always believe in the promise of their pupils. For as long... Respectfully, I must decline... Lindell! You reload with a...
Guns are weapons, not
Move along.
tools.
Pleasure not doing business with you. How do you eat Purpleberry Crunch? Real warriors eat it right from the box.
Not everyone's cut out for life in an anti-encampment. It's intense, but only 3 to attend, and we sleep in shifts. Cot's comfy enough once the adrenotime burns off.
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like?
This paradigm thing people are always going on about. Does it really improve your life?
Heavens, Auntie, you scared the... Shouldn't sneak up on a man like that. Good way to earn a bullet betwixt the eyes. Guess I should apologize for all that hullabaloo before. Just mistook you for another unfleshly manifestation. Beg pardon, but I'm accounted for. No. At any rate, the only thing I'm interested in picking up are clues. No, I haven't had much luck there, neither. Look, I know how it sounds, like I'm a few crabbles short of a hurt, but just hear me out. It all started the other night. Saw a personage leaving the greenhouse, late. Figured it for Emily, but when I asked her about it, she didn't know what happened again the next night. Gave chase that time, but lost him hereabouts. I turned a corner and they'd up and vanished. I've knocked on doors, peeped a few windows, respectfully. But then, a being of pure information probably wouldn't linger on this plane any longer than necessary. Too tiresome, would be my guess. Strangest part is that foodstuffs have also been disappearing from the greenhouse since we took Fairfield. You think it's all connected? Seems a mite unlikely, don't you think? No one in Fairfield's going hungry. Why steal when they could just purchase food at Auntie's fair market? Oh, it's definitely an extra-normal entity of some kind. Simplest explanation. I certainly won't say no to having a fresh set of lamps on the scene. Just...
Would pulverizing them suffice? No, I couldn't liquefy them. Apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled. You don't know? But I thought everyone in Fairfield... This is top secret. We must speak in riddles to safeguard our... Thank the law you knew to enforce protocol, lest I blabber corporate secrets to the wrong person. No, wait. You're not one of Auntie's choice. Aren't you a sly one? You'd make quite the spy. You aren't one, are you? I am Ethel Tinsley, chimeric scientist. I'm responsible for taming this delightful raptidon here. Officer Carr has been in a state waiting for me to train the raptidons to, maul on command. It's rather, one might say, and perhaps a bit on edge. Folk here have grown weary, shall we say, with the war effort, and with avoiding Carr and the minister's would-be fisticuffs. If you too have spotted the chasm between them, I fear the Protectorate would have already pinpointed the way with which to exploit it. I'm unused to the way things are done here, I suppose. The Protectorate leadership never behaved in such a manner. The fact is that those two never got along particularly well. One wishes to woo Protectorate subjects to our ranks. The other wishes to secure a decisive victory with weaponry and technology. As for which approach is best, I wish I knew. Have they? Goodness. If you do intend to lend your aid to the Minister or Officer Carr, I only ask that you consider the ramifications. I wish you luck. Hello, what can I do for you? I work directly. In theory, they'll be trusted to guard our most precious assets, including our leadership. For now, they deter encroachment from wild raptidons. It's most agreeable. Trust me, they are safer here than out in the wilds. I have been reprimanded. I would not be here if this experiment was still causing needless suffering.
Hello.
Keep them coming. I can do this all day. That's the third drone in as many days. Where are the Void damn things coming from? Not likely. I've been keeping my lamps open for these things ever since they... But thanks for the concern all the same. Of course, we could have staunched the flow of drones by now if Officer Carr dispatched another patrol, as I requested. But no such luck. Drones, discipline, and trouble is, it's only a matter of time before these Protectorate drones break through and do some real damage. If you're keen on lending a hand, bounty terminal's just left of the constabulary. Carr doesn't trust me with that kind of work anymore. Not after my last performance review. So I guess we're trusting in degenerate bounty hunters now. Really? Because that one looks like it's about due for the scrapyard.
Hey now, don't let the scratches fool you. Val here is in tip-top shape. Ain't that right, Val?
Error. Logic assembly not responding. Please.
This does not increase my confidence. However, given the state of my performance, really wish I could give those drones a piece of my mind. Unfortunately, I need to hang back and exercise my obedience. Go out there and do what I can. Show that bounty terminal and those Protectorate drones why no one...
Engaging unmet protocols.
Feels good to be back in the saddle, don't it, Val? Kind of reminds me of our days in Nyx's orbit, dodging protectorate patrols. You remember that?
Error. Memory not found.
Ah, well. That's all right, Val. I'll just have to do the remembering for both of us.
Greetings. Something new to report? Return again when you have another 4 volumes. Stay true, outsider.
I must say, I have many reservations about this. The Protectorate has always provided for us. For what reason would we...
2 days, 3 at most, and they'll come looking for contracts. That recruiter bits bonus is as good as mine.
It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda. Praise the matriarch! It's not a totally baseless idea. That should totally be annihilated, just like all capitalist propaganda.
again to look for this protectorate idiot. Don't know why we bother. Sure shouldn't. If you're that new salesperson, don't bother. Whoever was here packed up and left. I just come out here to tick boxes on Milver Street's list. And it's easy bits. If you're that new salesperson, don't bother. Whoever was here packed up and left. I just come out here to tick boxes on Milver Street's list. And it's easy bits. At least coming out to spot folk won't hear no more is easy work. It's the crunch. That scrumptious, the one that makes it a brunch. They'll feed you purple berry crunch if they love you a bunch.
Unusual levels of Zeranium detected ahead. Caution is advised. Injuries detected. Please seek medical assistance. How may this unit assist you, Commander?
Nowhere on Paradise Island's gone untouched by this war.
Standing by with life support. Levels have fallen below acceptable parameters.
Ready to waste on your command.
Confronting threat.
Hey you! Get over here before you get yourself killed!
No, you ain't got what I need. And you can't come stumbling around here looking like prey. These raps ain't had a bite to eat since their pods dropped from the look of it. And a desperate rapt is a dangerous rapt. You're kidding, right? Look, even if you did somehow prove to be dangerous or something vaguely approximating it, which is why I gotta ask. What are you doing here? Right. The streamlined architecture and artfully mauled bodies really do it for you, huh? I'm Inez Silung, Auntie's choice. Former combat medic in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Now, menial troubleshooter. Minister Milver Street of Fairfield sent me here to retrieve some information. Not my most exciting assignment, but suppose we can't expect much with the stalemate on this island. I'll admit I was eager for some good hunting around here. My graft, needs some bolstering. But if the raps here are as weak as this one, it won't help me none. When there's paperwork, There's enemy secrets, and dropping Raptidons on the place is a quick way to stop any personnel keen on destroying those secrets before we find them. It's a kinder fate than if they survived. Allowing us to walk off with this intel would surely land any survivor in front of the firing squad, or sentimental refreshment. This place is an archive of Protectorate censorship. If it's been sanitized, censored, or rewritten out of the Protectorate's history, and apparently there's some highly sensitive intel about mental refreshment hereabouts. The minister sent me here to find it. If you had, you'd know. Unless you're accustomed to seeing folk roaming around with exposed muscle fibers or stunted extra limbs on their backs. Sorry. Guess I'm just used to folks staring real hard and then I'm considered a liability. My graph's all wrong. Most everyone else who got one passed or became permanently incapacitated. So they shuttered the program. Everyone in Fairfield reckons my time will come soon too. But I'm still mostly upright. For now. As do I. I just know I can do more for Auntie and for the war. It's just this damn contract. Unless I can amend it so I might fix my graft. Weren't many of us grafted soldiers to begin with. To think I'm one of the lucky ones. No. Enhanced Soldier Division was the fancy public-facing name for the grafting program. And when I say it was shuttered, I mean complete. Bet they'd erase it from the financial records if they could. It was that much of an embarrassment. In the wake of such a failure, it's left us grafted. I only been able to treat my own ailments thanks to Doc Tinsley in Fairfield. She worked for the program for a time. She's a good one. She's bound by contract to work on whatever task Fairfield's illustrious leader set her to, nothing else. But she also ain't quite got the hang of the employment thing. Yeah, thanks for the expert opinion. Get the feeling. Go on now. There's probably plenty of Protectorate info waiting to be scooped up if you're keen. I got what I came for, so I reckon it's time to see about my contract. Lon.
Just me, or did Inez remind you of Helen? Tough like her. Shame she's with Auntie's choice. Just me, or did Inez remind you of Helen? Tough like her. Shame she's with Auntie's choice.
I'm not accustomed to an audience when it's the best.
just me, or did Inez remind you of it?
Careful, friend. Reckon there might be a few loose raptidons wandering around. You know that Auntie's choice ain't liable for raptidons.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. A real code 472.
Don't cause trouble. I don't need the extra paperwork.
Yes? Why are you pestering me? Do I look like middle management?
Looking a few courts low, Commander.
Excuse me?
In fortified.
Take a look at those corpses they've got strung up. Wait. Some aren't dead yet.
My contract's got plenty of stipulations, but tour guiding out of towners ain't one of them.
Anyone got lamps on Schultz? Anyone? Floyd be damned. Sallying into the wire like that with nary a wish in her pocket? What was she thinking? Did I not make clear our orders to hold the line here regardless of provocation? Should my instructions have been more robust? Perhaps assisted by pictures?
I'm afraid there's more bad news, Commander. She also took Scrabbles, sir.
Would that he'd done her more good. Seems Calamity has claimed 2 good soldiers today. You there. I don't normally sanction nameless passers-by giving ear to my private discourse. That right. Earth Directorate. Not many would claim such affiliation these days. None from Arcadia have the knowledge to lie about it. What's your business at the Vox? Sounds serious. Were it in my power to offer aid, you'd have it. Alas. Whatever your purpose, I feel a contractual obligation to warn you against setting a heel past this base. If you go any further, you go alone and no Antes forces are permitted beyond the forward position upon pain of disemployment and possible litigation. Our orders are to sit and mind the store for as long as need be. Foremost, I'd advise seeking a stealthier means of crossing the bridge. A direct approach is likely to repercuss in a hanging cage and a slow death. Courtesy of that there war. Our initial reconnaissance of the bridge indicated a breach in the western wall that could get you inside, though that was months ago. The intel could be outdated. Schematics we managed to acquire also list an access tunnel on the eastern wall, but be wary of mines between here and there. The wire is full of unexploded ordnance. It's my fervent hope that in time we will. New orders could come down any day. But now, by steadfastly holding the line here, we forestall any retribution the Protectorate would seek to inflict upon Fairfield. And we will continue, said watch, until orders change. Calamity digs its claws in deeper. Thank you for notifying me of their demise. I'll send a car for replacements, and pray we do not suffer another attack before then. I half believed you meant that offer. Unless, I confess, the challenge of holding the forward position does not satisfy. But I would prefer to avoid staining my reputation by participating in such a needless blunder. Carr was, shall we say, non-ambiguous with her orders. Such an argument isn't as compelling as you believe. The soldier who does not consider defeat all but guarantees it. Far be it from me to speak poorly of a superior, but I have pondered over her choices as of late. Still, however brightly my star burns, I remain in her orbit. She is my superior officer. I defied her once, and I'd thank you to affix some ballast to that name when you speak it. Scrabbles has been integral to this unit's success for years. Outsiders may see him as a toy, but we've bled alongside that stuffed sprat. He's damn near family. Schultz obviously knew the risks and hoped he'd protect her through the minefield. Alas, even Scrabble's power has limits. Still would help morale to get him back, though. I'll pardon your skepticism given your lack of acquaintance, and say only this. Ask not what Scrabbles achieves for us. Before you depart, a final word. Stay out of the minefield. I won't be the one who answers to Carr when the Protectorate mistake your rootless gallivanting for Stay out of the minefield if you value your limbs. I'll be spaced. Scrabbles! And hardly the worse for wear! You've no grasp of what his return means to this unit. Scrabbles was originally a gift from my daughter. He fought with us during the Consolidation War, and has seen this squad through... He's also packed with some of the finest grade stimulants this side of legal. Here, for your trouble. Livener like that comes in handy when you're in a pinch. While we appreciate you returning Scrabbles, you'll not provoke me into a course of unwise action if that's your aim. I will take action when action is appropriate, and I'd suggest you modulate.
is concerned for the commander's well-being.
Bet we can sneak in there. Want to give it a try, Commander?
Disruptive influence.
Ready to wait!
They envy our prosperity. Under protectorate law,
we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared
Outside.
treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against
How empty are the lives of Anti's subjects that they need to rely on consumers and toys?
Well, it's infected. Redstone. If don't arrive soon, we'll have to start cutting. You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. You haven't heard? When Antes invaded, they broke the seawall. Flooded nearly half the town below, where most of the domiciles were. A number of our subjects drowned. Others got concussed. Took a while for our water purifier to catch up, so some drank tainted water, which is not good for you at all. I'm glad it's working again. Oh my. Once again, I find chance to thank the Sovereign for our perfect society, for providing us thoughtful guidance. Just mentioning. No reason right now in particular. All right, well...
My body is covered in burns acquired in battle during the attack. The only relief I have is when I can jump in the water and float over my former house.
Is now a bad time to report myself for mental refreshment? I wouldn't want to be inconvenient.
May you realign with the paradigm.
Stranger?
Word on the wireless is that Auntie's choice is years behind us sociologically.
Outsider?
May you realign with the paradigm.
Greetings.
If each of us does our part, produces glorious...
It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Dut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward. I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to us... What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts. We are of like minds. We lack not the skill to do so. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts.
And/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
Oh, you failed to hear the loudspeakers on the way in? The announcement we're obliged to repeat incessantly. Well, allow me to... Protectorate law finds us guilty of treason on account of letting Westport fall prey to Auntie's choice saboteurs. These fine and decent folk don't deserve having their lives thrown away on account of my... If I can return the settlement to a reasonable facsimile of its previous glory, the arbiters might see fit to penalize only me, commute the others' sentences, allow them to maintain things around here in the spirit of continuity and such. Hence my use of the term, I owe it to every single person here to try. What sort of payment do you seek? Don't imagine we have much you need.
The paradigm affords us a perfect life of contentment and plenty.
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in.
We take a moment
Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you... To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the
Farewell now.
and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern